the chosen ones. What I'm going to tell you may be surprising, but it's critical that you hear it. It's no coincidence that you're seeing this right now. God brought you here for a purpose, because something really significant is going to happen in your life tonight. At precisely 3 a.m., God is urging you to remain alert. This isn't some random moment. It is a wonderful invitation, an unexpected meeting with God intended for the 1% selected ones. You're one of them, and God is going to reveal to you something that will alter everything. This is no coincidence, and this is not the time for you to sleep. God wants to meet you, guide you, and speak directly to your spirit. This moment is too essential to miss. It's more than simply a shift. It's a celestial meeting that will unveil profound truths and unlock doors you've been hoping for. However, you must be alert, present, and prepared to accept what God has for you. Before we get into this life-changing lesson, pause the video and complete 3 things. Hit the like button, subscribe to help us achieve 10,000 subscribers, then post a comment with the number 99. So, tonight at 3 a.m., make sure you are up and ready to meet with God. This is your time, and it is just for the selected few. Do not let it slip away. Something spectacular is going to happen tonight, around 3 a.m. It's as if the clock has synchronized with the holy will of heaven. This is not an everyday hour of the night. It's a holy occasion. One has been saved just for you. God is inviting you to remain awake, to be in His presence. There is an invitation here, a call to something more than simply slumber. The skies are open, and you have a very uncommon and valuable opportunity to interact with the Creator. Do not miss out on this chance. Why is it 3 a.m.? What makes it so special? This time is symbolic, since it is often known as the witching hour. However, people who are spiritually awakened refer to it as the time when God approaches close. The boundary between the worldly and celestial realms is at its thinnest. God wants to meet you at this exact time. Staying up at 3 a.m. is a spiritually significant period. You're not just fighting sleep. You demonstrate your desire to be a part of something bigger than yourself. The Lord is not asking you to remain awake for no reason. There is a divine reason for this hour. He wants to talk with you, soothe you, and disclose something that will transform your life. It may be a message of hope, a word of encouragement, or profound insight into your destiny. Whatever it is, it will be life-changing. Stay awake. Stay present. Your time with God is approaching. Consider a scenario in which God, the creator of the universe, directly picks you for a private encounter. It is not planned. It is not something you should anticipate. However, it is one of the most significant experiences of your life. You were picked, and tonight, at 3 a.m., you have a heavenly appointment that cannot be missed. This encounter is unlike any other. It's full of love, tranquility, and the most profound insights you could imagine. In the midst of our everyday lives, we often lose sight of the fact that God desires to meet with us. We go about our daily routines, distracted, unaware that there is a divine presence waiting for us to halt, listen, and receive. Tonight, God is asking you to stop and listen. He wants to communicate with you personally. This meeting will not just be surprising. It will be life-changing. God doesn't call you by mistake. This gathering is just for a chosen few who have been spiritually prepared for the occasion. The divine comes out to you at a certain period in history. Do not pass up this chance. Accept the invitation, and you'll never be the same again. Out of billions of individuals on earth, only a handful are spiritually connected to God's calling. You may be asking whether I am one of the selected ones. The fact is that God has chosen certain individuals for a deeper relationship, and tonight, you may be among that 1%. You aren't reading this by coincidence. It is not a coincidence that you are being pushed to remain awake. This is your time to shine as one of the top 1%. That doesn't imply you're better than others. It just indicates that God has noticed something in you, a heart that wants Him, a spirit that is ready to listen. Perhaps you felt a tug in your heart after waking up at 3 a.m. while nobody else is awake. Those moments are not coincidental. They are God's method of getting you ready for the holy encounter. The term 1% refers to more than simply the selected few. It refers to individuals who are open to being changed by God's presence. You are a part of something more greater than you understand. You were picked for this time based on your faith, heart, and spiritual preparation. Tonight, at 3 a.m., God is calling you. Do not hesitate. Enter this precious time with a heart full of expectation. Why 3 a.m.? Why is it so crucial that God has called you? During the silence of the night, while the world is sleeping, this isn't just any moment. 3 a.m. is when God summons His most devoted servants, those who are prepared to sacrifice their comfort to hear His voice. It's a moment for strong connections, a period when distractions are minimized and your spirit may concentrate only on the divine. God called you at this time because He wanted to speak straight to your heart. He wants to disclose something particular to you, something that cannot be conveyed in a noisy, chaotic environment. At 3 a.m., there is a time of silence, a hallowed area when you can plainly hear His voice. It's a time of heavenly clarity when His counsel and love may flow unhindered through your heart. Perhaps you have been looking for answers. Perhaps you've been dealing with uncertainties or wondering where your life should go. 3 a.m. This is the moment when God will respond. Stay alert because He is reaching out to give you the insight you need. You do not need to wait any longer tonight. Your replies are waiting. God's love for you is immense, limitless, and beyond comprehension. It is the kind of love that does not just wait for you to come to Him. It deliberately seeks you out. Tonight, 3 a.m. God extends a personal invitation to you. This is not an average phone call. It's a cry of affection, a love so pure and profound that it goes beyond the commonplace and expected. You are the one He wants to talk to. He longs to share His love and knowledge with you. This invitation is personalized. This is not for anybody else. But think about it for a second. God has chosen you from among all individuals in the world to receive His love and instruction. You're not forgotten. You are recognized, acknowledged, and treasured. God's love for you is so deep that He is willing to meet you at the exact hour when the world is calm so that He may talk to you tonight. You have the opportunity to experience God's love in a physical and genuine manner. It is more than simply a thought or a sensation. It's a heavenly and profound meeting that will transform your life. Do not miss it. Do not shut your heart to this invitation. God is beckoning you with wide arms, eager to pour His love into your spirit. You could be tempted to sleep all night as usual, but tonight is different. Tonight, God is urging you to rise beyond your regular patterns and remain alert. There's a reason you've been getting up at 3 a.m. in recent days. This isn't simply random. God is attempting to reach you. He's using this hour to gain your attention and bring you closer to His divine plan for your life. This moment is important if you continue to ignore it. You could miss out on something life-altering. Assume you've been asked to meet a close friend or loved one after years apart. You wouldn't just sleep through it, would you? You would prepare. You would be thrilled. And you would make certain you did not miss that opportunity. This is no different. God is reaching out, and He does not want you to ignore His offer. He wants you to be aware, present, and attentive to what He has to say. At 3 a.m., the world is quiet. You can hear God's voice without interruptions. Your spirit is peaceful enough to hear Him clearly. This time is valuable. Don't allow your daily routine prevent you from experiencing the remarkable. Stay alert and prepared. Something fantastic is going to happen. Have you ever had an appointment you just couldn't miss? Tonight, 3 a.m. God has scheduled a heavenly meeting with you. This is a time that has been expressly selected, designed for you to meet your Creator. You cannot reschedule or postpone this appointment. It is a wonderful encounter, one that will alter the trajectory of your life. Be present. Stay vigilant. God does not need to plan His appointments in the same way we do. His timing is impeccable. He knows just when to contact you tonight. He wants to meet you. This heavenly appointment involves more than simply chatting. It is about an encounter. It is about an individual exchange of love, knowledge, and advice. Whatever is bothering you, whatever you are looking for tonight, you will find solutions. This amazing encounter will be unlike anything you've ever had before. It will be personal, meaningful, and transformational. You will depart with a feeling of calm and clarity that can only be obtained via a spiritual experience. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. Tonight, God is waiting for you. There's something sacrosanct about 3 a.m. The barrier between heaven and earth is at its thinnest at this period, and the two worlds are in sync. God is very near at this hour, and spiritual energy is at its peak. It's a moment when God's presence is easier to sense and hear. This alignment is not random. It's deliberate. Tonight, heaven is reaching down to greet you wherever you are. You may not understand why this moment is so essential, but you can feel the invitation's pull. 3 a.m. is the holy moment when the portals to heaven are open, and God extends His hand to you. This is the period for miracles, heavenly messages, and spiritual upliftment. Do not miss it. When the sky and earth align, it provides a chance to gain spiritual clarity and refreshment. This is your time to be spiritually awake, to hear God's messages, and to go ahead in a greater understanding of His purpose for your life. 3 a.m. Each hour is a gift. Embrace it completely. God does not call us each day at the same time. Moments like these are uncommon. Tonight at 3 a.m., you will have a unique chance to hear straight from God. This does not happen very frequently, and the opportunity to talk with the Creator of the world should not be taken lightly. This is a one-of-a-kind opportunity for you to receive God's mercy and understanding. How frequently do we seek answers in our lives? How often do we want direction, clarity, or just a stronger relationship to God? Tonight, God is providing just what you've been looking for. He is eager to communicate with you, giving you the advice you need and lifting the load from your heart. Don't squander this uncommon chance. The clock is ticking, and this is a moment that will never be repeated in the same manner. The divine murmurs softly. However, they wield considerable power. They have the potential to alter your life's trajectory. Stay up and pay careful attention tonight, for God wants to speak personally to you to help you navigate through your difficulties and into a future full of purpose and serenity. This is an opportunity that you cannot afford to miss. The encounter you're going to have with God. Is your life altering after meeting with Him? At 3 a.m., you will get discoveries that will alter your perception of yourself, your life, and your destiny. These insights may not occur all at once, but rather in little, important steps. It will help you develop spiritually, emotionally, and cognitively. Imagine standing before God, pouring out your heart and getting knowledge in exchange. This is what is achievable tonight. God wants to disclose something to you, perhaps answers to long-standing questions, or a better grasp of your mission. The interaction is more than simply a conversation. It is all about listening. It is about gaining God's viewpoint on your life and becoming closer to Him. This encounter will transform you. It will provide you with the power and clarity you need to make courageous choices about healing and moving ahead. It's not simply an interaction. It's a watershed moment of transition. Be receptive to the surprise that's awaiting you. If you've been getting up at 3 a.m. recently, you may have wondered why this is occurring. It is not only the product of a restless mind or a hyperactive body. It's an indication that God wants to catch your attention. When we wake up at this particular time, it's as if our soul is being aroused, ready for something significant. This is no coincidence. It is a divine call to connect more deeply with the one who made you. Many individuals have encountered this wonderful waking hour but fail to identify it for what it is. They may dismiss it as an inconvenience, but it is really a particular calling. God is using these occasions to show you that He is there and wants to speak into your life. If this continues to happen to you, pay attention. This is a strong spiritual indicator that something major is about to happen. Your soul is waking up to God's summons. This is a sign that you are being prepped for an encounter, a meeting that will shift your viewpoint and bring you closer to your actual purpose. Do not overlook these occasions. These are heavenly invites, and God is patiently waiting for your response. God is neither aloof or unconcerned about your troubles. Tonight at 3 a.m., He wants to hear all of your concerns, doubts, questions, and anguish. God is there for all of it. He wants you to empty out your heart to Him, to trust Him with the most intimate aspects of your life. When you put your troubles before God, you are entering a hallowed zone in which you may be open and honest. He listens lovingly and compassionately. This is a moment for profound knowledge rather than judgment. God understands what you're going through even before you speak. Yet He wants you to come to Him and express your emotions. Tonight at 3 a.m., you may unburden yourself and find consolation in His company. Sharing your difficulties with God provides a unique sense of tranquility. The world cannot provide this kind of tranquility. It's a magical, peaceful tranquility that revitalizes your soul. Do not bear your troubles alone. God waits for you to bring them to Him, and He pledges to uplift your spirits and give you the fortitude to continue ahead. There's a distinct and forceful energy. At 3 a.m., being spiritually awake at this hour entails being aware of the subtle ways in which God interacts with you. It's easy to ignore, yet God often communicates in whispers. In the calm of the night, this heavenly moment invites you to awaken your soul and pay close attention to what God is revealing. Being spiritually awake entails having an open heart, being ready to hear, and acting on what God says. If you've been spiritually sleeping, it's time to wake up. This hour has the ability to deepen your relationship with God, allowing you to clearly hear His voice and determine His intentions for your life. The world seems peaceful at the moment, but your spirit is being summoned to the divine. Staying awake is more than just physical. It is spiritual. It is a deliberate decision to open your heart and intellect to God's voice. Tonight, remain awake. You are doing a holy act of spiritual attention, preparing yourself for the divine encounter that will occur when the window of opportunity to meet with God opens. But it will not stay forever. This is your time. This occurred at 3 a.m. This is a wonderful visit, a unique and unusual opportunity to meet the Creator in an intimate, personal setting. Do not squander it. Embrace it completely. The heavenly meeting that awaits you tonight will alter your destiny, provide fresh insights, and bring you closer to your actual purpose. We often desire for signals, guidance, and clarity. Okay, here it is. God's wonderful invitation to meet you at 3 a.m. It's tempting to let life's distractions overshadow this moment. However, these precious chances are not always assured. Now is the moment. Do not let it pass. Take a deep breath and move into the present moment. God is ready to meet you. Do not allow fear or uncertainty keep you back. Accept this heavenly visit with open arms and receptive hearts. It might be the most important meeting of your life. The heavenly metamorphosis you've been hoping for is within grasp. Tonight, 3 a.m. God is eager to speak into your life and provide you the wisdom you need to go ahead. Whether it's a difficult choice, a burning inquiry, or just a need for spiritual refreshment, God is here to guide you. Transformation does not always occur at spectacular occasions. Quiet discussions with God, faint whispers of advice, may sometimes make the most difference. Be prepared to accept these subtle nudges tonight while you remain awake. You are creating room for God to alter your life from the inside out. This is your moment. The wisdom you got today will enable you to live with more clarity, purpose, and serenity. Be receptive to the shift that is going to occur in your life. 3 a.m. An encounter with God will mark a turning moment. Prepare for it. Tonight is a turning moment in your spiritual path. 3 a.m. God is urging you to awaken from your spiritual sleep and embrace a higher degree of consciousness. This is more than just ordinary night. It's the night that marks the start of a more intimate connection with God, one in which your faith and knowledge will increase immensely. The call is loud and clear, but it is up to you to respond. There are times in life that alter everything, and tonight's one of them. God is welcoming you to a place of profound connection where your soul will be awakened to new realities. You may have felt remote or alienated from God, but staying awake can help you close that gap and build a closer link. You are deliberately choosing to experience this heavenly revelation. This awakening is not just about finding answers. It is about being more aware of God's presence in your life. As you open your heart to Him, His voice will lead, soothe, and reveal his purpose for your life. It is not about the physical act of remaining awake. It is about being spiritually awake and present to what God wants to communicate with you. The choice to follow God's calling is a tremendous one. When you choose to accept this spiritual awakening, you are entering a new period of development, purpose, and heavenly favor. Tonight is the beginning of something spectacular. Do not miss it. Have you been hoping for a sign, a message from God to help you navigate life's uncertainties? Tonight, God is sending you that sign. At 3 a.m., He sends you a special invitation. This is not an invitation to a gathering or meeting. It is an invitation to have a life-changing meeting with the universe's creator. And the greatest part? It's a one-on-one experience developed just for you. Sometimes we anticipate heavenly instruction in the form of individuals, events, or even dreams. However, God often communicates with us in a more personal and direct manner. He wants to meet you where you are and speak to your heart, not via others but directly. This happens tonight at 3 a.m. is your divine invitation to sit at God's feet and hear His words concerning your life, difficulties, and destiny. God is never distant from us. The reality is, He has been crying out to you for quite some time. But tonight, His cry is stronger and more urgent. He wants to hear from you just as much as you want to hear from Him. Tonight, He invites you to a meaningful discussion in which you may ask, listen, and get advice that will permanently change the way you live your life. This is a unique opportunity. You may have gotten invites before, but this one is different. God is calling you to something greater and more meaningful. Answer His call, for your life is about to take on a whole new meaning. 3 a.m. is more than just a time of day. It's a holy hour when heaven comes closest to earth. During this period, the walls between the spiritual and physical worlds thin, allowing for a more direct connection with God. Have you ever questioned why you're awake at 3 a.m.? Regarding why God seems to speak more plainly at this time, it is because the skies are open to hear your prayers and communicate heavenly messages with you. God has always spoken to His people. At night, when the world is peaceful and silent, His voice may resound in the hearts of those who are awake and willing to listen. While the rest of the world sleeps, this period of silence enables you to communicate with your Creator unhindered. God is eager to interact with people who are spiritually attentive. He is anxious to speak into your life after the distractions of the day have passed, allowing Him to work in your heart. 3 a.m. The hour has holy power because it represents full surrender, both on God's behalf as He sends His knowledge and love, and on yours as you open your heart to accept it at this time. You have a chance to connect with God that no other hour of the day provides. The silence promotes clarity, and God's voice becomes clearer, sharper, and more exact, giving you the guidance you need. So next time you get up at 3 a.m., do not reject it. This is your opportunity to get a greater knowledge of God's plan for your life. Heaven is communicating, and all you need to do is listen. In times of adversity, grief, or bewilderment, it's easy to feel lost and alone. But God promises that He is always there, ready to provide comfort and serenity when we need it the most. Tonight, at 3 a.m., He offers you His hug. This is the time when He wants to pour His love into your heart and replace your worries with calm. God is aware of your problems. He knows the weight you carry and the responsibilities that seem too big to bear. At 3 a.m., He beckons you to come to Him and slumber in the silence of the night. You may let go of the concerns and anxieties that have been plaguing you. You no longer have to bear them alone. God has come to take them from you. During this hallowed hour, you will find comfort in knowing that God is present. This is a period when God's peace will transcend His all. Understanding will flood your heart. He wants to soothe you, keep you near, and remind you that you are not alone. He is there for you no matter what you are going through. He will never leave your side. Stay up at 3 a.m. and use this opportunity to give your anxieties and problems to God. Allow His serenity to wash over you and provide the consolation you so much need. Your heart is in His hands, and He will never stop caring for you. Are you looking for clarity in your life? Do you have any concerns about the next decisions? What road should you pursue? And what decisions will influence your future? Tonight at 3 a.m., God is providing you with the clarity you've been seeking. This is not the time for misunderstanding. It is time for God to illumine your path and present you with the answers you need to find peace. Sometimes we become lost in the world's cacophony, the numerous voices around us, and the pressure to make judgments. But God's voice sounds different. It's steady, it is evident, and it promotes comprehension. Where there was previously ambiguity, God will lead you tonight, providing knowledge and insight to help you see the next stages in your path. It's time to quit second-guessing and start trusting the path that God has shown you. God's clarity extends beyond solutions to your questions. It is about achieving a greater level of knowledge and harmony. You'll start to view things from His perspective. That fresh viewpoint brings freedom from uncertainty and concern. You may go on with confidence, knowing that you are following God's plan for your life. This is your moment. Don't pass it by. Accept God's instruction tonight and watch the fog lift from your head, exposing a clear route to your purpose and serenity. 3 a.m. hours are more than simply a time to remain awake. It is a holy place for introspection and rejuvenation. While the world around you sleeps, you are encouraged to reflect on your life, journey, and connection with God. This is a moment for profound reflection when you may reflect on where you've been and where you're going. God urges you to go deep and assess which parts of your life need renovation. Are the areas in which you fell short? Are there any spots in your heart that need healing? This is an opportunity to bring your brokenness to God and let Him make you whole again through introspection and regeneration. You will be returned to a state of spiritual balance and power. Tonight, God wants to meet you in your place of contemplation and rejuvenate your tired spirit. So the past is behind you. With God's aid, you may go on with newfound purpose, power, and trust. Take advantage of this chance to release whatever that is holding you back and allow God to replenish your spirit. This hour is for fresh beginnings. Let it be 3 a.m. In a world that is always bustling with activity, let this moment be a time of profound refreshment in which God replenishes you and starts you on a path of spiritual development and change. God often communicates in the quietest times. The calm of night, particularly around 3 a.m., provides the ideal setting for a strong, heavenly encounter. When the cacophony of the day subsides, you may hear God's voice more clearly. He does not need a loud audience or a tumultuous situation to talk. All He wants is your attention. At 3 a.m., the world is quiet, as is your thoughts. This is when God can talk straight to your soul without interruption. The stillness enables you to hear His voice, grasp His intent, and accept the message He's been trying to convey to you. God understands that in stillness, you are most open to His counsel. This is why God often uses the silence of the night to communicate His truth. The silence creates a hallowed place for spiritual encounters in which God may communicate uninterrupted. When you wake up at 3 a.m., welcome the silence, for God's voice will be clearer than ever. God is inviting you to listen in the silence. Do not rush into quiet with your thoughts or problems. Instead, use the calm of the time to bring God's presence into your life and carefully listen to what He has to say. There are hours in life that define us, moments that mold our destiny and alter the course of our trip. 3 a.m. hour is one of those times. It is a period of transition, and God is eager to alter you from the inside out. He's waiting for you to show up and get changed. God has been preparing you for this occasion for a long time. Everything you've been through, all of the obstacles, struggles, and wins, has brought you to this moment. Now, God is ready to move you to the next level. He will begin a change process at 3 a.m., bringing you closer to the person He made you to be. This shift is both exterior and internal. God wants to transform your heart, your opinions and perspectives about life. He wants to create a new version of you that is completely in line with His will. Accept this revolutionary moment, since it will mark the beginning of something amazing in your life. When God works within you, changes are long-lasting. They penetrate the depths of your spirit, bringing about lasting development and healing. Don't let this hour pass without enabling God to do the transforming work He is prepared to complete.